I think we can all agree that was a letdown. Duke, North Carolina, one of the more hyped games we've seen in recent history. 36 seconds in, everything fell apart, literally. Zion Williamson injured when his Nike shoe blew up underneath him, and the Blue Devils couldn't adjust without their superstar. That was the biggest surprise out of all of this. Zion goes down, and we know Zion is the star. People are, flying in, tuning in. They want to see Zion Williamson. But you do have two guys who are going to be top 5 picks in R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish. And they didn't act like that last night on your home floor against North Carolina. Give North Carolina credit because, the Tar Heels sensed this. They jumped all over Duke. They never let up. We thought there was going to be a comeback. But the post-game discussion's all about Zion and Duke. How serious is the injury? They've got Syracuse coming up on Saturday night. They say it's a minor knee injury right now. But there's a vocal group of media members who say Zion Williamson should shut this down. Well, wait for the draft. I understand that. Zion Williamson has said before, look, I owe this to Coach K and my teammates. That's why I came here. I came here to play. You've got top 5 picks in R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish. Should they shut it down as well? You have people saying, well, this is why you shouldn't have the one and dones. Look, I'm all in favor of kids coming out of high school. If that's what they want to do, then let them go pro. But they're not allowed to. Now, you can go overseas. You could go and maybe go to the G League. But, Zion Williamson has benefited from this by playing for Coach K. Because this is about branding and marketing. Because this was, when you looked at Zion Williamson, what did you see? Prior to him getting to Duke, just dunks. And I said I had not seen a high school game with him. I wanted to know what he could do. And he's getting national TV exposure. I don't like the one and done. I don't. I think it should be you can come out, go right to the pros. But if you go to college, you commit for 2 years. College football makes you commit for 3 years. But I think if you go to college, let's go to college. Let's don't make a mockery of it. And we've made a mockery of it with the one and done. But if you want to come out, you should have every right to be able to do, if that's what your living is, if that's what your future is, and you're banking on it, then you should have every right to do that. But Zion Williamson, if this is up to him. We're going to use Zion Williamson for our agenda. That's what's happening right now. You have, media members are saying, see, or even NBA players tweeting last night, that's why he should be able to go pro. I'm all in favor of that. But he's in college now. Can you ask him, could he say, I'm going to shut it down? I don't want to, further this injury. But keep in mind what happened at Ohio State with Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is potentially the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, and he shut it down. He was the captain of the team. Shut it down. Kind of quiet, Not headlines like if Zion Williamson were to shut it down. Kyrie Irving, I think 8-9 years ago, he was injured 8 games into his freshman season at Duke. Now imagine if he said, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to prepare for the draft. But basketball was completely different 8 or 9 years ago. And that's more of on us that we would have went, who do you think you are? You're going to quit on your team? Now, I'd have second thoughts of drafting somebody who wants to shut it down and quit on his team. Now we're encouraging Zion Williamson to shut it down. I hope it's just a minor knee injury. I hope it's not something that is reoccurring. But if Zion Williamson wants to play, then let him play. And if he wants to shut it down, let him shut it down. I have no issue with either side here, but it comes down to what this kid wants to do. Not what my agenda is or somebody else's agenda. If Zion Williamson wants to play, he wants to come back, let him do it. If he doesn't, if he's concerned about it, then let him do that as well. Yeah, Paul.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit because we can't really pretend we're 18 anymore. Right. But if you were Zion Williamson's parent and he said, Dad, you know what happened last night? Here's what I'm thinking about. What do you think I should do, Dad? You got to pick one.
I have to know how serious the knee injury is.
Not that serious. He can come back and play in the tournament.
Then I would say to him, what do you want to do? I would ask him, what do you want to do? Because my decision, that's going to impact you. You have to go out and either play or don't play. So you have to tell me. It's like Kyler Murray. He has to tell his dad, like, I love football, Dad. Dad can say, I do. I take that money in baseball. You already got it there. You're going to have a longer career. You're not going to get banged up. You have to tell me first. Because if Zion Williamson says, Dad, I want to shut it down. All right, let's discuss it now. This is what's going to happen. This is what it means. Now, you got to look your teammates in the eye. You got to go into Coach K and say, these are all things that grown-ups do. You're going to make a grown-up decision there. Or if you say, Dad, I still want to play. Okay. Let's get insurance on you, medical insurance on you, if he doesn't already have that, and then just say, go out and play. Now, the way he plays is different. So that's the concern I had with Zion Williamson. He is physical, but he attacks, and he's blocking shots. He's hitting his head on the backboard. He's dunking. So he plays in a way that sort of attracts, the potential for an injury. But if he was my son, I would say, what do you want to do? Because I don't want to make the decision for him. This is the first of many big decisions he's going to have to make. And maybe the first one when he said he was going to go to Duke. But now you decide. I would hope that he would want to play. I think Duke has been very good for him because we've seen him on national TV. He could end up with the Phoenix Suns and be on national TV 6 times in a season. But with Duke, you're on national TV every single night. And you're playing for one of the great coaches in history. Great atmosphere. You're playing in pressure-packed games. You've helped your brand because we've seen you do more than just dunk. But it still comes down to, are you comfortable going back out there? And if he says, yes, this is what I want to do, then that's what I would tell him to do, not what I want him to do. But the agendas came out last night, man. It was like, see, told you. Like, yeah. Then you had the shoe companies getting involved in this. Hey, come on over to Puma. How about we find out if the kid's okay first before we, go all in on shoe branding here?